Hello, my friend, and welcome back to another episode of Magnetic Minute of Hope, your little Friday bit of inspiration, of energetic wisdom to get you into the weekend. And if you've ever felt like part of you is pushing while another part is exhausted and another part of you is scared to be seen, and you feel like there's just a lot of conflicting parts running the show, this one's for you. Because today I wanted to share about some parts work that I've been doing. If you're familiar with IFS or internal family system, I am a huge fan, and I dove into this in a lot of the work that I did in my life coaching certification, and it's been so instrumental in my own inner work. And I've been diving into these different parts of me and how these little inner voices may be quietly driving my business, my energy, my identity without even realizing it. And I want to share these with you because I think you might have some of the same or very similar inner voices that are quietly driving you and your business and your energy and your identity without even realizing it. So I want to first start with the performer or the hustler. And this part of me always has a to-do list, and she gets her worth from output, from the gold sticker, right? The gold star, and feeling productive. And she was born from survival. And she's helped me achieve a lot. But this is what she says. This is how she sounds. If I'm not doing, I'll fall behind. Rest is lazy. Play is indulgent. I have to earn it. And it shows up in my business by over delivering or feeling guilty when resting or tying income to effort, worth to productivity. And what she's learning now, they're kind of untying some of these pieces, is that being is now more powerful than doing. It's all about the being. She doesn't have to run the empire. She just needs to support the aligned action, not drive it through exhaustion. She doesn't have to run the show. She can sit in the passenger seat and support from there. And so I ask you this for this part of you. Where are you still proving through performance instead of allowing through presence? This is a big one. The second part I wanted to bring in is the controller. And this part of me hates the unknown. And I know you probably resonate with this, right? She clings to the plan, the goal, the metrics. I've talked about this so much. I've had multiple episodes of this series, the Magnetic Minute of Hope episodes, about control and all of these things, right? The external metrics of success. This is her. This is the controller. She equates control with safety and uncertainty or lack of control with danger. And what she says is, if I don't know how this ends, then I can't trust it. If I don't know how it's going to turn out, I can't trust it. Letting go is risky. The surrender is risky. But this is how it hijacks your magic. And this is what I recognize in myself, because she grips to the timeline and the launch goals and the timeline. I think I want to say that. She grips to the timeline because it's gotta be on this exact timeline, right? Or it's not good, or it's not worth it, or it's not a success. There's over planning that goes on instead of responding to everything that happens. And then when things don't go according to plan, it's like, blah, toss it out. It's done. It's a failure, right? It shows up, it blocking the creative downloads that don't quote unquote make sense, right? You bring too much logic into it and you block those creative downloads sometimes. But what she's ready for, this is what I've learned in the work that I've been doing, is she really wants to lay down the sword. She wants to learn that quantum growth, that unprecedented growth, the miracles that she's looking for, doesn't require a white knuckle grip. In fact, it can't happen with that. It requires an open hand, an open palm. Like, you have to be able to receive. So I ask you this for the controller that might be in control of your life. Where are you gripping what's meant to unfold, and what could actually soften if you trusted the process instead of micromanaging it and let go of whatever expectation you have of the outcome? The third part I want to bring into this, and last part, is the inner child. And in IFS, it's often called the exile, because a lot of times we exile our inner child. That's the unfortunate part of it. And this part doesn't want the spotlight because being seen has felt unsafe. And she remembers what it felt like to be judged and misunderstood and abandoned. And so she plays small to protect me. And maybe this part of you is what's playing the big role in your life, because your inner child does remember what it feels like to be rejected, misunderstood, judged, criticized. It doesn't feel good. And if she were to speak, she would be saying, if I'm too big, I'll be too much. If I ask for more, I might be rejected, or I might lose love, or I might feel abandoned, I might be misunderstood. And this impacts everything you're doing, especially in your business, because this is where you're underpricing, or you're hiding your brilliance, or you have these ideas that you've kind of shoved down because it feels scary, or it feels like, oh, it's going to be too vulnerable, or it's going to require me to be seen too much. Or you tone down yourself to stay likable. That's a big one. But what she's really asking for, this inner child, this exile, is she wants to be included in the vision, not exiled from it. She wants to be reparented by the grounded, self-led, independent woman that I am now. And that's what your inner child is asking as well. Your inner child wants to bring in the play and the fun. This has been a big one for me, because I find so often everything just has to be so serious, right? Business and life and all of it. And the inner child, this exile part, she doesn't want to be exiled from all of it. She wants you to help you bring in the fun and the joy. So I ask you in this one to reflect, where are you shrinking out of fear of being seen? What would happen if you let your tenderness and your vulnerability lead instead of hide? So I want to leave you with those pieces to reflect on over the weekend, over the course of the next week. These 3 parts of you that exist some way, in some way, shape, or form. And just remember that you don't need to silence these parts. You just have to lead them. You need to lead them and let them come out. Let them be a part of the game, right? Let them be a part of your life. Your performer wants to support you. Your controller wants safety. Your inner child wants love and acceptance. And you, the self, you as the self, you know how to give them all of that if you allow them in instead of rejecting them and hiding them, pushing them away. And that's what I've learned in all of this. So what part of you has been running this show, and what does she actually need today? Reflect on that. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you next time.